We are looking at shares of Tesla falling today into the red, off just around 5.5%. More price cuts and also worry over competition in China is weighing on the stock. The EV giant cutting the price of its Model S and Model X in the U.S. and also in China. Tesla is also unveiling its revamped Model 3. It's now on sale in China, but with a steeper than expected price tag, starting around the equivalent of $35,800. And Akiko, this is just a continuation of what we've seen play out now over the last several months. We heard this warning from Elon Musk most recently in their last earnings call, saying that more price cuts may be necessary. We're seeing the fact that demand, obviously a concern here for Tesla, for its competitors, as we talk about the fact that people simply are pulling back on their spending. They don't have the excess cash to go out there or have as much money to buy an EV. So here we are again with Tesla changing the price of its Model S and Model X for the 7th time this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth separating the two stories, I think, Seana, because when you think about what's happening with the Model X, that price cut was made right to come within that cap of the IRA. So that car is, in fact, eligible for the federal subsidies, which makes it a little more affordable, although it's higher than the Model 3 and the Model Y. So that's largely seen as the big motivation behind the cuts there. The Model 3, though, is probably a bigger concern when you consider the Model 3 and Model Y make up such a big chunk of the revenue and deliveries for Tesla. And a lot of investors were expecting that new Model 3 coming out to be at a lower price point, to be able to compete with the BYDs, with the other cars, especially in China, where the competition has been so steep. So that's a big concern for China. Worth noting, though, I mean, Tesla doesn't change a lot of models or churn out a lot of models. This is the first time they've churned out an update on a model since the update on the Model S a few years ago. The Model Y, of course, in 2020 was the first real sort of rollout of a new model that we have seen in some time. So it is getting a lot of attention, but disappointment here in terms of the pricing for that car, even though the range is pretty incredible when you stack it up against some of the other Chinese EV makers.
Yeah, it certainly is. But at least for Tesla's move today, we're seeing a negative reaction off just over 5%.